from is from District Administration Jhabua for their project Mission Chiranjeevi.
Shall I start?
Yeah, I'll just run it from my end. Just a second. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes.
So you can start, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rohit Singh, Collector and District Magistrate Jhabua. So we are going to talk about Mission Chiranjeevi, an initiative of District Administration Jhabua. Jhabua is a bordering district, lies towards the western flank of Madhya Pradesh, and it borders Gujarat and Rajasthan. In addition to being a predominantly tribal district with 86.8% of the population as tribal, it also has around 84% of its population as migratory population. So 84% of the population migrates at one point of the time or the other. And according to the census of 2011, around 8 lakh population of the then 10.25 lakh population of the district belong to low social, financial, and economic category. Literacy rate is very low, with just 43.3% of its population being literate. Low literacy coupled with migratory nature of population leads to lack of awareness related to government schemes in general and health schemes in particular. And this reality is reflected by some of the figures that I have quoted. For example, first trimester ANC registration was just around 25%, as against the expected target of 90%. 58.8% of the women in the reproductive age group are anemic, and 75% of the pregnant women are anemic. 45.6% of the under 5 children are stunted, and 38.5% of the children suffer from malnourishment. Adding to the woes is the fact, or the cause of a great cause of some of these parameters is the fact that 54% of the women get married well before 18 years of age. The problem is aggravated by the fact that there is, since this is a tribal district, there is a pratha or practice with the name Dapa. Dahej Dapa is a practice that is practiced in Jhabua. Dapa is another name for Dahej, where bride price is given. Money or dowry is given to the girl's family. And as soon as the money is given and the amount that is paid is hefty amount, say 10 lakhs or beyond that, whether or not the economic condition of the bridegroom is good or his family is good or not, such amounts are asked for and then are paid. As soon as the money is paid, the family, the girl, along with her bridegroom, is sent to earn bread for the family. So whether or not the lady is pregnant, she would have to go and work along with her husband. So some of these issues are there that actually aggravate the circumstances in Jhabua. Another fact, since Jhabua is a bordering district lies around 230-300 kilometers from Bhopal, so there is some sort of a lackadaisical approach or lack of initiative in the field functionaries of this district that was being encountered. So when we had a meeting on 26th of August, a couple of days after joining this district, we had a meeting of District Health Society. We realized that circumstances are simply very pathetic in this district and something needs to be done. We had a brainstorming session. We roped in, we called people's representatives and civil society organizations, and then we decided that something needs to be done in this particular district. So based on the data that we had on that we had seen on our first meeting, we launched a mission called Mission Chiranjeevi on 15th of October 2020 in the District Development Coordination and Monitoring Committee, Disha Baitak, under the chairmanship of our Member of Parliament, Jhabua. This particular mission aims at addressing the health needs of women, of pregnant women, and the newborn child. So right from the stage of conception till the child achieves 6 years of age, we are trying to target the needs of the mother and the child. It's a collaborative effort. what we see in the such social sector initiatives is this, that more than one department addresses the concerns of a target group. And what the difficulty that we face is to converging all the efforts. So we have tried to bring all the departments that were dealing with the nutrition needs as well as health needs or developmental needs of this population into, under one umbrella. And we have given this name Mission Chiranjeevi. The program is aimed at, as the name suggests, at reducing the health risks to mother and the child, thereby reducing the incidence of maternal and infant mortality, malnutrition. And this scheme also focuses on reducing the financial impact of hospitalization. As I said, that since the economic condition is very poor, hand-to-mouth economy is there, they can't afford expensive medical treatments. So the idea is to reduce the impact of hospitalization by enrolling maximum number of eligible people into Ayushman Bharat Yojana. Another key focus area of the initiative is to improve the health infrastructure in the district. Along with general economic migration, there has also been the cases of health migration where people didn't have faith in the health infrastructure existing in the district, and they were migrating to Dahod or adjoining areas and were trying to get services there. This was only adding to their woes, as the expenditure there were higher, the rates there were higher, and then the private practitioners were again charging very hefty amounts from them. The Jan Sunwai that we were conducting every Tuesday, where people could come and submit applications, many cases were coming to us where they were asking for financial support. Obviously, most of the funds at the district level that we have are tight funds. We don't have free hands. So we felt very helpless, and the sort of expectations that we used to see in their eyes were simply very disturbing and very moving. We were not able to do much about it. So we needed to do something about these issues. Apart from the children and mothers, we have also tried to take within its ambit the Divyang population. So the Divyang population, we have also tried to cater to their needs under this Mission Chiranjeevi. So in nutshell, the bedrock of this mission is to provide health for all, especially mothers and children in District Jhabua. So this was the overview of the mission that we are running in the district. When it comes to objective, obviously any such mission, any such initiative that we want to have in the district can't succeed until unless we have some deliverables, some benchmarks set to gauge our own progress. So the ultimate and the most ambitious objective of Mission Chiranjeevi is to achieve zero maternal mortality and infant mortality in the district. Like in case of COVID deaths, we used to audit every single death, used to analyze every single cause of corona as well as the death. Similarly, we have started the practice of analyzing every single death happening in the district, every single infant mortality or child mortality happening, and seeing as to why exactly it happened and how we can address this issue. Similarly, this ultimate objective we cannot achieve until unless we have timely intervention right from the moment that the pregnancy is reported. So right from the moment there is conception, we have focused our approach. So that forms the second objective, is to get all pregnant women registered, identify high-risk pregnant women, identify pregnant women with anemia, and to see that the registration is done, then their timely intervention is there. In case of mild, moderate, and severe anemia, iron folic acid, iron sucrose injection, or blood transfusion respectively is provided to them. So that forms another set of objectives for us. And once the baby is born, immunization has to be 100%. Now, the biggest problem in case of Jhabua, as I pointed out, that 84% of the population is migratory in nature. And irrespective of the fact that the lady is carrying the child, is lactating, pregnant, she needs to migrate along with her husband. So tracking the child as well as mother becomes very difficult. So this is where Mission Chiranjeevi steps in. We have developed our network. We have tried to rope in as many people as possible so that whether or not the lady, the woman or the child is inside the district, we are able to track her health parameters. Whether she goes and consults the doctor elsewhere or in the district, we should be in a position to get the data fed. Similarly, once the baby is born, we have brought in our fold women and child development to look after the nutrition needs of the mother and the child. So treating moderately acute malnutrition as well as severe acute malnutrition, MAM and SAM also forms the objective of this mission. Next slide, please. Then in case of Divyangs, we have decided that we are having camps, we are doing surveys, we are marking every single Divyang in the village, and we are calibrating their disabilities, and we are providing UDID cards. While there was just 46% of the population having UDID cards in August, we are well above 100% population having UDID card now. Similarly, since health expenditure are quite heavy, and when the economic resources are lacking, then it becomes all the more difficult for tribal population. They get into the clutches of money lenders, and then the vicious cycle starts where they are exploited badly. So we also set our objective at providing Ayushman card to all the eligible beneficiaries in the district. There are around 10 lakh beneficiaries. We set by end of May, by 31st of May, we will be providing Ayushman cards to every single individual in this district. Similarly, as I pointed out, people were migrating for health services to different places. So reducing this trend and then reversing this trend became the objective of the mission. Obviously, any mission can survive and sustain only when this is society owned. Until unless there is sense of ownership, no mission can succeed. So we have tried to make it a social movement of sorts in our district. Next, please. Another initiative, another objective of the mission that's not mentioned in the PPT was to have as many consultation calls. There is e-Sanjeevani project of Government of India going on. So number of consultation calls were just 70 then. So we said that we will revitalize this mechanism whereby we can have as many number of consultations from community health centers as possible. So this again formed another objective of the mission. Now coming to the efforts that we have made since launching of the mission. The one thing that was missing in our case was the fact that all the departments, as generally happens, were acting in silos, were acting in compartments. There was a need to develop a spirit rapport in the team and to make them feel that administration is not a group of compartments. It's basically one in a single unit, and where everyone is for all and all is for one. Everyone needs to work in tandem to be able to achieve the different objectives. So we had extensive sessions of trainings and meetings to invite this spirit of togetherness in the team. So we have had at least 30-40 meetings on this very theme, pushing this idea that we are all one and we must stand for the people, the tribal population of this district. Once this was done, there was training and sensitization program of staff at all levels. Irrespective of the department, we roped in all of them, and we said that this is the initiative, this is the most important initiative that we need to take up in the district, because unless we take care of health, no other developmental thing would happen. No Atmanirbhar Bharat or no Atmanirbhar Jhabua can materialize unless the health parameters is taken care of. Next, please. Then we took reports to some technological inputs. Jhabua is the first district to have its own, first district in the country to have its own WhatsApp chat board, whereby 355 services are provided to the people in Jhabua. Since it was a Corona period, lot lockdown was there, movement was restricted, especially aged population, tribal population had a lot of difficulty getting their issues redressed. We could not have called them to offices, but then we thought about taking the offices to them. So this WhatsApp chatbot, this was inaugurated, and they could have they can make applications in this, they can raise queries in this, and they get their applications processed and queries answered while sitting in their houses. So this was done, and then we also trained our field level functionaries, grassroots level functionaries on using Google Sheets, because every such intervention, every such mission can succeed only when it's based on data. So a lot of data collection was going on, and Google Sheet came in handy. Then, since different departments have different formats, different portals, and all sorts of formats are there, so much of duplicity is there. We integrated all the formats, 7-8 formats we integrated. Next page, please. And we developed 3 such forms. These forms are basic forms There is no duplicity of data, and this is very easy to comprehend for them as well. And this form is very handy, and all field level functionaries from Women and Child Development, Health Department, Panchayat and Rural Development Department, Urban Administration, they are all trained into using this thing, and they collect in this single format, and then data feeding is done. So all the formats, all the portals of Government of India and Government of India are taken care of, and this has been used. We have also sent a proposal at the state level to make it as a standard operating procedure or standard procedure, standard format for the entire state. Please go ahead. Next slide, please. Similarly, Gram Arogya Kendra, around 771 Gram Arogya Kendra were already there in the district, but all of them were simply lying dormant. 16 set of medicines and 5 types of tests are to be conducted, but nothing of the sort were happening. So we simply reinvigorated, putting a lot of energy into it. We have erected boards, made them all 771 Gram Arogya Kendra active, and we have deputed one officer to one Arogya Kendra to ensure that Ashas do open these centers and all the medicines are available at the real-time basis. We have also sensitized the Ashas that your mobile phone and you should be reachable round the clock. Not that every day, every single day, you will receive a call in the midnight, but whenever you get, you must be able to provide services to the needy. Similarly, Kaya Kalp Abhiyan is going on, it's Government of India initiative, but our hospitals, be it district hospital or CSCs or PSCs, were in a pathetic state of affairs. These tribal people were simply concerned about visiting these hospitals. They didn't have this trust or confidence in these hospitals. So what we needed to do, we need to renovate these things and put the faith back into the psyche of the population. So the officers themselves started, we have Indore close by, we have Ahmedabad close by. So people were going to these places for their treatment. We said no officials will be going elsewhere until unless it's a serious issue. You have to get yourself treated here itself. So that has put in a lot of confidence into the tribal population, and we have been successful in refurbishing and renovating health infrastructure in the district. Go ahead, please. Next slide. These are some of the pics depicting the before and after condition of the infrastructure. This district hospital Jhabua was in a pathetic state of affairs. We have started whitewashing and putting in beds, bed sheets, and cleaning operations are undergoing, and we have had a lot of improvement in this. Next slide. This is CHC, Community Health Center Rama. Though the first photograph was taken in the evening, you can see the garbage dump there. So we have cleaned it, and the post-intervention scenario can be seen in the next photograph. Next slide, please.
Sir, I said just requesting you to complete your slide because you have completed taken your 15 minutes already.
Yes. So certainly, telemedicine we have started. Nutrition forms another part of it. So iron folic acid tablets, THR, take home ration, SCM, home cooked meal is being provided to all the pregnant ladies, lactating mothers, as well as children, to ensure that malnutrition is taken care of. We have mapped every malnourished child with one officer, one public servant, one civil society organization member, so that these needs of the needy is taken care of. Next slide. So these are some of the snapshots. Next slide. Then nutrition rehabilitation, we have refurbished them. Please, next slide. These are the camps that we are holding for Ayushman cards. So there are camps being held for regular checkups. Next slide. Obviously, we are monitoring it every single Monday in our time limit meetings. We are setting time limits and seeing whether or not the time limits are being met, whether the required progress has been made. Motivation was the problem, so we have started earmarking the best Asha, ENM, Anganwadi Karkarta of the week. And obviously, we have multiple sources and we are using Tadviz and Shaurya, the self-help group organizations and NGOs. We have brought them into our fold to bring about the desired results. Please, next page. Unique feature is this, that we have brought all the departments into one fold. We have used the institution of Tadvi. Tadvis are tribal leaders. They are very influential and convincing. Once the Tadvi is convinced, entire village can be convinced. So we have had rigorous meetings with them. We have around 350 Tadvis here, and they are all convinced. They are helping us big way in achieving our objective. We have Prachar Raths here, all announcing in Bhili language. That was one of the innovations, and that's very fruitful in implementing our scheme. And Jhabua model is being talked about, has become a buzzword in corridors of our in Bhopal as well. Please, next slide. WhatsApp chatbot, I have already talked about. We started auditing every single mortality, be it child mortality, mother's mortality in Jhabua, and we are seeing that nothing of the sort happens in future. Festivals, we are using generally the tribal population in migratory, 84% as I said migrates. So what we have done, we are focusing our interventions around festivals. Bhagoria is a big festival where almost every tribal person comes back. So all our initiatives we have already planned. We have Bhagoria starting 22nd of March. So what we are doing is we are going to provide them with Ayushman card, Aadhaar card, our ration card, and all sorts of screening during this period of time. And the best thing about this mission is that we are doing it at no extra financial cost and no extra burden on exchequer. Next slide. This slide is most important slide of the presentation. This shows the drastic difference between pre and post intervention. 26th of August, we had conducted the first meeting, and 31st of January 2021, we had taken the cutoff date. Percentage of 4 ANC checkers was just 7% then, but on 30th of January, it was 35.77%. High risk identification or registration percentage of women was 32% then, but it now is 80%. Iron sucrose treatment of moderate anemia of pregnant women was just 21%, which now stands at 58.0%. And blood transfusion, one of the very special characteristic of the tribal population here is that they are very afraid of donating bloods. They are simply very apprehensive. So we have had around 20 blood donation camps in the district, and from 0% of blood transfusion in the district, we have reached the figure of 40% so far. Institutional delivery was just 65%, and we have reached the target of 107% institutional delivery in our Jhabua. NRC bed occupancy was just 46%, is varies in a day-to-day basis, which is now 61%. E-Sanjeevani consultation, that is telemedicine services, there was just 70 calls then on the date of our meeting, which stands at 12,077 calls today. From 1.09%, it now stands at 49.27%. Ayushman cards then were just 6% of the population, just around 55% or 55,000 something. Today, we have more than 4 lakh Ayushman cards made in a matter of 2.5 months. So that now stands at 40% of the population. UDID registration, unique disability ID, which was just 46% then, we have been able to achieve 101% so far. Next slide, please. It is just indicative.
Sir, would request you to conclude now.
Just one moment, please. Just so final. So obviously, this is very scalable because it incurs no extra expenditure, and since it only brings down the labor and improves the efficiency, we can replicate it elsewhere as well. Next slide. Next slide, please. So now we aim to target the adolescent girls, because if we have safe adolescents, since the schools and colleges and hostels were closed so far, beginning April, now that the colleges and schools have been opened, beginning this academic year, we will be going to every single school and screening every girl child as well as boy, and we'll be providing them with iron sucrose so that there is no anemia. And this entire initiative won't succeed unless there is realization on the part of tribal population here. So we now want to put administration as a catalyst for change vis-a-vis Dahej, Dapa, and early marriages. We are going to launch an all-out effort now that the corona is more or less under control, and now that Tadvis are in our fold, political leadership has been sensitized. We are going for a whole hog effort towards bringing about change in Dahej, Dapa, and early marriages. So, as we say, Deen sabko lakhat hai, deen hi lakhay na koe. Jo rahim deen hi lakhay, deen bandhu sab hoy. And as Goswami Tulsidas ji said, parhit sari se dharam nahi bhai, par pigas nahi admai. The sort of helplessness that we used to see in their eyes whenever they approached us seeking financial help or medical help was simply moving. This initiative has helped us a lot, has boosted our own confidence, and hope this coach group would be a part of this success story. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the presentation, sir.
Uh,
So
so
let's.
I think this is an excellent project, excellent initiative. I think you have achieved a lot, and it's implemented in a fairly comprehensive manner, the way I could see. There are two observations which are there. Number one is the sustainability, because today you are there as a champion and the things are working okay, and they will keep working okay. But all these initiatives have to be converted into systematic and systemic form, so that these processes are then carried over. The
So,
second is, having tasted the success, uh, it is high time that it is replicated in the other areas of the state also, because the two will actually go hand in hand. Uh, it will also help to sustain out here once the things start getting replicated and start becoming a part of the administrative processes and the procedures.
so, so thank you so much, sir. If I may say something, sir.
Yes, please.
So, to address this concern of sustainability and institutionalizing the mission, that's the reason we are trying to rope in political leadership and the civil society, especially the tribal leaders. Sir. And when it comes to replicability in the state, sir, I would like to submit most humbly that I think this initiative uh, is more or less sooner than later would be implemented in the state, because already a lot of discussion is going on. And more importantly is this will be replicable. This will be very good intervention in other tribal areas as well. In Rajasthan and
Good,
Gujarat,
good.
wherever we have these tribal areas, characteristics and features, because it's a yield-dominated district. So in every other area and every this central Indian tribal belt that we have, I think this can be a very good tool in bringing about the change that we desire. So
Good, good.
thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, excellent effort by the state government to provide uh, assistance technically. It's a good example of micro level planning, and especially when the population is migrating. So it becomes more difficult for the states to handle these problems. So if you have just try to include your moving tribal people from migrating from one place to another. If that problem can be addressed properly, then I think we can reach to the last mile as well. Small observation that in your presentation you have mentioned that UDID registration is 100%, whereas Ayushman insurance is only 40% has been covered. Why it is so?
So that's what I want to say, sir, that when I had joined the district in month of August, sir, and then we conducted the first meeting of District Health Society. And when we started taking Johnson Wise, many applicants were coming asking for financial help. When we reviewed the scenario, we saw that only 6% of the population was having Ayushman card. That was only 55% of the population. And there was absolutely no reason for the population not to be having Ayushman card. So out of 40 lakh population, extrapolated population that we have now, around 10 lakh population is eligible. And in case of our Madhya Pradesh government, sir, obviously all those beneficiaries who are having Patrata Parchi, that food Patrata Parchi, as well as there was a scheme going on. There is a scheme going on in Madhya Pradesh, Sambal Yojana. So not just those who were eligible under SECC list, that was survey census that was conducted in 2011, but also all the beneficiaries who were beneficiaries under Sambal Yojana and Patrata Parchi were also made eligible under Ayushman Bharat. So given the fact that around 10 lakh population should have been having these Ayushman cards, so we launched this initiative. We said that in a matter of by 31st of May, we will be providing Ayushman cards to everyone. And from there, we planned every single thing so minutely, sir. We had village level enterprises. There are village level enterprises working, and they generally sit in their kiosks. So we have around 225 VLEs in the district, sir. We said now, henceforth, they won't be sitting in their kiosks. They will be traveling to every single village. We made a chart, a duty order, and we allotted these VLEs to villages, and we started camps. Now, sir, by now, had the circumstances been normal, we would have been able to make Ayushman cards for 8 lakh population. But since the population is migratory, sir, after a while, they all migrated back. Now we are looking for a window of opportunity during this Bhagoria Parv that we are going to have. They come here in big numbers and they stay here for around a month. So we are planning, and this very model of making Ayushman card, sir, we were the best performing district in our, not just in our state, but at the country level, sir. And that brought this Jhabua model into picture, sir. So this particular approach of Jhabua, this presentation was circulated in different districts of Madhya Pradesh, sir. And our Honorable Chief Minister took up this initiative. And I think we are again among the best performing Ayushman card making state in the
Thank you very much. I think we have now to go.
Excellent efforts.
We have already crossed the time.
Thank you.
So, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for the presentation, sir. So we'll move to the next presentation. Yeah, so we have the project Patam Kite Soaring High from the from organization National Health Mission Kasaragod.
Thank you.